see everybody.
Call to order, we're going to start the meeting, we have a quorum. Roll call,
Elvira Diaz,
here.
Roberto Castillo,
Present.
Akia Sanders,
Present.
Michael Scherzer,
Present.
Keith Tren, absent, Jarrell Green, absent, Rose Mesa, absent, and we have a quorum.
We're going to go to item number 3, any public comments? I don't see none. I'm going to go to item number 4, approval of the agenda for possible action. Is the agenda okay?
Kia San-
Yes, go ahead.
Kia Sanders, for the record, I move to approve the agenda as submitted.
And second,
Michael Scherzer for the record, a second.
all 3 say yes, motion approves. Yes, all 3 yeses. So motion to approve and the result is pass. Item number 5, approval of the minutes.
Michael Scherzer for the record, I move.
Kia Sanders, for the record, I second.
All say yes. Result pass, motion pass. Item, next item, no? Item number 6, we're going to have presentation, Sparks Parks and Recreation Department. We have Nancy. Welcome, Nancy, for this.
Thank you so much.
There we go. Thank you, everybody, for having me. I appreciate it. I am Nancy O'Connor, the Parks and Recreation Director. I've been here today. It'll be 5 months, 1 day. And not that I'm counting, not that I would know any of those dates, but I know it took a hot minute for me to get here. And I don't know if anybody was on my interview panel, but when I was interviewing, I had no voice. And so it's a joy to be able to come back and talk to people and be able to have a little bit more of a regular speaking voice. So anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about tonight was just to give you a little bit of an overview of the Parks and Recreation Department, some of the things that we're doing, some of the things that we're looking forward to doing throughout the year. We have our guide that comes out twice a year. And it's just chock full of classes and events and things to do for, I would say, anybody from 8 to 80, and every part of our community. And one of the things that is really important to me, and I hope that I expressed this well enough during my interview, was that I think the coolest thing about Parks and Recreation, it's for everybody. I mean, there's just something for everybody, and that is really important to us because the outside is all of ours, you know, and and we need to get out and enjoy it, and we need to go to these events, and we need to expose ourselves to culture and things that maybe we don't normally. You'd say, oh, what am I going to do this weekend? Well, look at that guide or look at our calendar, and you'll get to see a bunch of things that we're doing. So a bunch of the things that we have in our on a regular basis in our guide, we have our senior swim, and we have all sorts of different, and I'm going to caveat that with senior swim literally just started back up after being closed for about 4 months. We had the pool down, and some of our biggest users are our seniors, and which is really exciting because they do take advantage of it. But we have senior swimming, we have aquasize, we have a number of different classes that we offer them. We have adapted aquatics classes that are really well attended. We have our autism with parents classes that they can come into the pool, and that is their group of people, so that they, you know, sometimes when you're different, you feel different, and you don't want to necessarily put yourself in a place where you feel different, and we keep everybody together so that it's, you know, it's a very welcoming and safe place for them. I don't know if you know this, but we have 2 childcare programs within the city of Sparks. We have one at ELF, which has actually been moved over to LDJ because ELF is under construction, and then we have one over at Marvin Moss. We have a longtime director, a preschool director, that is retiring after 27 years, and we just got done with interviews today, and we found someone we think is going to be a great candidate to be our next director, so we're really excited about that. Those programs normally just serve more of our lower income kids, which is really exciting. Oh, okay. I didn't know if someone wanted to say something from back there. Normally serves more of our lower income, and so we were really excited to be able to ensure that we were going to be able to keep that program going. We have dog obedience classes over at the gym. Did you guys know that?
Oh.
I mean, you can come over to the gym on Richards Way every Monday night, and I think, I know you do, I do, I don't know if you guys have dogs. I personally would never go because I don't have really social dogs, but apparently it's very popular, and which either tells us that we have a lot of dogs that need obedience, or it's just a really popular class, I'm not sure. But I'm excited about it because, again, it's something that's maybe a little bit different that maybe other people don't necessarily offer, and it's just an opportunity for people to connect with the thing that they love their most usually, which is their dog. We have CPR classes, first aid classes, things that are good for all of us to know, sometimes just refreshers as well. We have CPR, I'm sorry, not CPR, I already talked about that. We have our youth basketball programs that we have over at ELF. Very, very popular. Usually we serve somewhere between 700 and 900 kids every season, which is really exciting. We have a bunch of all sports camps. This is the first city that I've worked at that have had those type of camps, which I think is really exciting because it's a number of different sports. And you're just not going to play volleyball, you're not going to play basketball. You get introduced to a bunch of different things, which I think is really exciting, especially if you haven't decided what is the thing that catches my eye and what am I excited about. This year, we started a kickball league out at GURP, and believe it or not, we played in the snow. And they had such a good time. So I'm really excited to bring that one back. We also have a very active pickleball group that temporarily got kicked out of ALF, but they also play there during the workday inside. And then we have a number of courts throughout the city that we've painted either lines on with tennis courts, or they're using the basketball courts, things like that. Very robust softball leagues for our community, whether it's girls, whether it's co-eds, whether it's adults, and they, of course, play out at GURP. We have senior softball, and again, another really popular set of classes or events, programs that people can take advantage of, because our seniors are very active, and so the more opportunities that we can provide for them, the better. We have our Leisure Without Limits programs. 2 things that they do that I get to go to, I try to make sure that I go to every week, is they bowl on Wednesdays out of the Coconut Bowl, when it's just a blast to watch them. And then they have art classes on Thursday at LDJ. And I will tell you, some of the art that they have produced is amazing. And some of it we've hung, and then some of it, of course, they've taken home. And if you've ever wanted to just stop in, I would encourage you to stop in on Thursday afternoons out at LDJ, just to see some of the really great thing that they do, the great things that they do. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is our events. We have a very robust special event season coming up. I think we actually have 78 special event days, basically between May and October. We have some new events that are going to be downtown. We have the craft fair, we have the turkey trot, we have the hometown parade, we have ribs, we have hot August nights. This year we're going to have a Cinco de Mayo, we're going to have an Oktoberfest. I'm trying to think what else has been approved. I'm just thinking in my head what else has been approved. I know that there was one other new one this year, but anyway, and we're going to be obviously working with a Nugget for their event center and putting, as many events in there as possible that we can also, partner with them on. So really excited to be here working with this group of people, obviously with Allison and Cindy. Excited about our new city manager coming, and would love for you guys just to be part of any of our programs, and just drop me a line through email, and we certainly can get you more information or get you a way to get to an event so that you know where to park or something like that. So certainly open to any questions that you might have.
I just wanted to say thank you. And actually partake in one of your programs. I didn't hear you talk about Kid Connections. That saved my family hundreds of dollars. So my son does before and after school at Van Gorder, and it's $20 a day versus
Right.
$1,500 a month.
I
And they
know.
even help him with homework.
Yep.
They play games with him. They're helping him read. So that program is huge, so thank you. Thank you for what you do.
Appreciate that. Thank you. And Kid Connection is very, very, very vital to our success, I know.
Roberto Cosico for the record. So thank you very much for the presentation. Welcome on board.
Thank you.
5 months.
And one
And a
day.
day.
Yeah, and don't forget that day.
So 3 things. A, is this the first time that we're doing Cinco de Mayo?
Well, the first time this producer is doing Cinco de Mayo downtown. I don't know if we've done a Cinco de Mayo in the past. I don't think so,
So that's cool.
but,
It's the first time.
but I definitely know that this is the first time this producer has done it.
Yeah, I don't believe that we've had a Cinco de Mayo event in the
Yeah.
past. If it has occurred, it was very long ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Second thing, how do we help you guys get more bleachers? Listen, I
thought you were gonna come up with.
No, I love the Christmas parade. It's a great thing. I see the city employees setting up the stands,
Yep.
the speakers and everything, but I would definitely say that A, it's chilly, and B, if you really want to bring your family out there, it's a little complex to not have a place to sit. And I think there's a total of maybe 2 sets of bleachers that they put out there by the cantina right there in front. So we show up early, and usually there's at least 5 of us that are taking those seats, so that would be awesome to see. And then lastly, the parking is just, it's awesome that we have 78 days from May to October. That's almost seems overwhelming, because it's such a small window of time, but I think the one crazy thing is the parking still creates a fairly convoluted undertaking in doing that. So any feedback at all on both parking and the bleachers?
Let me go with the bleachers first, because I love that. I actually got to be a judge at this year's parade. I think she figured that I didn't have any conceived notions about what I was going to be looking at, so I was just going to be as unbiased as possible. So I felt the same way. I thought, gosh, there's no place for people to sit. And in a way, I mean, if you get there early and you stay for the whole thing, that's like 2 to 3 hours. And that's a long time. So I love this, and I'm going to work on this, and I'm going to use you as my helpmate to help us find some bleachers, because that is a really important idea. I know that the firefighters are doing a firefighter challenge in May, and they're going to be doing it at the event center. And one of the things that they too need to look at is, how do we get bleachers? And they did have a contact. So I'm going to reach out to them and get some information, and then I'm going to contact you, and then we can talk about it some more.
Even possibly sponsoring. I mean, I
Oh,
would
absolutely.
imagine there's got to be entities that would love to spray paint,
Yep.
D&D Construction or, Western Nevada Supply, I mean, whoever, and they can even rotate it, and here's a bench provided by so-and-so, and, I mean, I don't even know that they're all that expensive, but would definitely make strides and make it more family-friendly to have
Absolutely.
that, on there, so.
And, it's not even necessarily about the expense, it's usually the expense to move it, because if we don't have them down there anyway, they're gonna be housed somewhere else, and then it's just the expense to move them. But I totally understand what you're saying, and it's a very good point, and I'm excited to look into that.
I would say even the Nugget. I mean, I think the Nugget, it's just such an insulary thing for them to have it, because they generate the bulk of the money. However you look at it, they make a lot of money by having the events be right there, the walkthrough, and now with all the revamping of the Nugget, the new look, the paint, the red, and I gotta imagine that they don't have something there that could actually house. I don't know logistically if that's complicated because it's city versus a an owned entity by the Nugget, but, yeah, it's been fun, and the space has been used quite well, other than the next question is the parking.
You know, that's such a good point, and one of the things that I think that we can try to, and work with, I think it'd be a number of different departments. We would work with our, community service department and police and fire, because we certainly want to make sure that we're not blocking any type of particular, not, I don't want to call it an escape route, but, an emergency route or something like that. But if there's a way that we could also provide to the community, hey, these are the places to park, these are the routes to get there. Again, another service that we certainly can look into. I'm not saying that we can do it, but I certainly can look into it, because you're right. Sometimes the reason people don't go to things is because I just don't know where to park, or I don't want to fight the parking or the traffic or something like that. So if there's a way that we could provide that, I'd like to look into that. So I will, and I can report back when I do my interpretive dance. Sorry. Anything
Okay,
else?
Elvira Diaz for the record. And Nancy, thank you so much for the passion that you're showing into doing this job. I moved in Sirius Parks in 2005. This little front page here was the marina and this little park. I used to go when my baby was 3 years old. My son now is 19, he's living in California. But going to those events, I really enjoy it. A little secret for me, I live close to I can walk to the downtown from Marinas Parks. But also sometimes you provide shutter, so we can park maybe in the Legends or other places. And also I use the bus too. So sometimes the bus or Uber, for the fireworks, it's a little harder.
Yeah.
But I think when you put this program like sports, like my son used to do basketball, and baseball in the parks, you create a community that's healthy, and instead of kids going places they should not be, they're really either not, maybe they don't like to play sports, but they're going to the sport event as a family. They sit down and enjoy the weekend. So I need to take a lot of pride of what you're doing. And I always see the crew also who helps clean after. They do a good job.
Yes.
So every time I see them, I thank them. And my dream is come true to have the Cinco de Mayo finally. I talked to one of the vendors who's going to do it, and I said, I'm glad you're doing it, because I want to have it, but I want to have the hassle to do it. So,
Right.
so I think this city of Sparks is a magnet for families, and we enjoy it. And you're doing a great job. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. 5 days and 1 month worth, because everybody did a lot of stuff before I got here.
And I
And
understand.
so,
Well,
you
keep it up.
But I love the comment about the people that clean up afterwards. I mean, my goodness, how important is that, Because you don't want to come afterwards and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this event again, just because it's so messy. So, and they're right on it. I know literally like the last parade float passed me and the guys were right there to clean up. I mean, they were just right there. Whether it was because it was 40 below that day, I don't know. I think they were a little chilly, but the point is that it is very important. So I appreciate you mentioning that.
Yeah, and the people feel pride of what they're doing.
Yes.
The employees, because I see you guys did a concert in the marina. I was passing by. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I did a little Facebook Live. Everybody shows up. When it's finished, the event looks like nothing was happening.
I know it.
So feels
the
like
idea.
feels like people are pride. Like it's like we can do it all over again. So thank
I
you.
will pass that on to them.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you
Tell them.
for saying that.
Any other questions? Okay.
Thank you so
So,
much. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much. Okay, we're going to go to our next presenter. Her name is Lali Parasa, and she's going to present about India arts and cultural events in Northern Nevada.
Hi, my name is Lali Parasa, and I'm the director and president of the organization India Arts and Cultural Center in Northern Nevada. Thank you. So we just started this organization as of January 1st, 2024.
I mean, there's a huge Indian population in Northern Nevada, an estimate of 10,000 families here in Northern Nevada. Like all over Reno, Sparks, Carson City, Dayton, Minden, Winnemucca, Elko, Ely, all of Northern Nevada. We are a huge population. But the thing is, you never see anybody anywhere. And that is because we don't have many events going on. And we used to have another organization called India Association of Northern Nevada, but they are limited to hosting like maybe 1 or 2 events a year. But now, with this new organization, we are planning to host 1 event a month. So recently, we got into a partnership with City of Reno, and we are leasing one of the City of Reno's facility called Horseman's Club on Skyline Boulevard. It has a nice facility which can accommodate up to 150 people, and a huge park area and a ground area and a backyard that we can use for outdoor events or gatherings or things like that. So when I met Paul Anderson, the council member Paul Anderson, that's when he did bring this up to me, saying that, would you like to host any of your events at any of the City of Sparks venues or parks? You know, I said, definitely. I mean, we can activate some of the parks, some of the event centers that you have. But I really did not look at like what City of Sparks has, you know. My focus was always in the City of Reno and trying to look at like what facilities they have, what are they renting, what is available, and what can we do there, kind of a thing. But if City of Sparks is open for it, yeah, I mean, we are willing to collaborate with City of Sparks and do some of our events at City of Sparks. But I was speaking to Nancy the other day, and one of her staff member got back to me, and she pretty much kind of said, like, we don't have anything right now. So I did not dig deeper, but I don't know what is out there in City of Sparks. But we are definitely willing to, you know, collaborate with City of Sparks in future and do any of our events, and kind of, you know, we are also looking for grants, so that always hosting an event is involves money and expenses and funds. So yeah, I mean, we want to showcase our tradition, our culture, our ethnicity, our food, you know, our fabrics and culture and arts. So we are planning to host quite a few events at the Horseman's Park, like exhibits and stuff, and showcasing our talent, our culture, our food, different things. So if you guys are interested, I will definitely be willing to send out a flyer to anybody, like maybe Nancy, and Nancy can forward it to all of you. So that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm here for, to let you know that we are here. We are a big group of people, and we want to collaborate. We want to expand our group, and we want to showcase our culture to community at large, not just the Indian community. Yeah. Any questions?
Kia Sanders for the record. I do have a question. Have you been in contact with the university? Because I know that they have a lot of student-led groups at the undergrad level as well as the post-grad level. Like they did a huge Diwali like celebration, I think a couple months. Please forgive me if I'm butchering it, but they do a lot of work, and they actually have a multicultural center on campus where they assist the students in putting together certain type of programming. And I know another organization that has come and presented to us, ACDC, they definitely collaborate with, I mean, they do a lot in the community, but whichever way, so they collaborate with the university, and they put on, I'm pretty sure they were part of that Lunar New Year celebration, as well as night market, I think. And so that's just another way to maybe tap into the students, but as well as bridge that gap to the community, so the students know, as well as, you know, just regular community members, that you're here.
Yes.
And it's a easy way, because sometimes if you connect with the students, they're able to get things for free on campus versus you going by yourself and having to purchase it or pay for like a reservation fee or something like that.
Right.
So just
right.
something to consider.
Sure.
Roberto Roberto Castillo for the record. Yeah, I would definitely say that, like, yeah, that AC/DC, it might as well be like a Encyclopedia Britannica of stuff, because they came in and presented with us, and then Asia, Allison, what was the name of the group that came in after with them? That was the lobbying group?
One APA.
Yeah, so they came in afterwards, and they had a plethora of grants, things that they were, setting up for support to get money. And really, even if, it just helps you bypass, so it's kind of like getting a set of blueprints when you just buy the land. You don't have to do that much extra legwork with an architect, it already comes with the blueprints. And being that they're Asian descent, it actually, it's such a generic term at this point for a pretty large culture that you guys could really, and they're fantastic. They're both language barrier proficient, scope, money, mobilization established in Las Vegas. They already have a, 2-3 year established system. So, in meeting with them, you'd find that it's pretty amazing. And even like for myself, I'm Latino, they do a lot of services for Latinos in order to help with immigration. They do a food pantry, which I think it's amazing. So culturally, aligned meal plans for the community. So a lot of things that you could just walk in and really help integrate into, the initial setup of your organization, which is fantastic. I do a lot of business with the Indian community, and they do very, very well in this town. Very, very well.
What business are you?
I do a lot in investment properties, businesses, everything, tourism with motels, convenience stores, restaurants, sandwich shops, property purchases. And you're right, I think the biggest thing is they're kind of quiet. They
Yes.
don't come out in,
Yeah, they don't come out.
but they have a great following. Haveli is one of my favorite places to have lunch over in Sparks. Their
Yeah.
chicken pakora is fantastic.
Yes.
But yeah, you'll have a great time. There's a ton of people. We definitely support it.
Okay.
And like I said, I would definitely invite you to reach out to AC/DC, because they've been here a few times. They're super easy to talk to, and they already have a platform that you can kind of see, well, how'd you get there? Where were the pieces? And then even some of the stuff with the ADI.
One APA.
One
One
AP.
API, okay, yeah. Yeah.
Which is the lobbying group to help the Asian community and as Pacific Islanders have a voice and get grants and stuff like that. And they're also tied in with the university system too. So, I mean, there's some really, really good things that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel's already moving, so.
Okay.
But thank you very much for your presentation.
Alvara Diaz for the record. Lali, I think, at first I want to thank you to invite us to City of Reno. The things start first at City of Reno, that looks like what it is, but then comes back to Sparks, and we do our own little taste, and we make it the way we do it, right? There's, when I saw that you're coming and you say India Arts and Culture, this weekend, I went to the Unitarian Church with the indigenous people. They sell the arts, they make the clothes and the jewelry and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, and also in the street Odi Boulevard, there's a place where they call Generator, and they're doing a bunch of arts too and quilts. So I think by probably us going to your event, we can keep connecting you to other organizations so we can educate the community about Indian. I love Indian food, that's my favorite. I love curry food. You have curry food, let me know. So I like also the Indian people have so much academic. I remember when I immigrated, I'm an immigrant myself. When I immigrated in 1986. My first boss was Indian. He has a doctorate degree, and I learned so much. Very intellectual, very dedicated, hardworking. So all those values help us to probably you guys can be a mentorship for other people, other community members.
Yeah.
Because when you have a good mentor,
Right.
you can develop and you can do something.
Yes.
And that's why this meeting, equity and inclusion, we want to do that for everybody.
Okay.
So we appreciate that you're here and then you share what you have. And hopefully, maybe next year, you think you can do an event in Sparks? Can we put a year on the calendar? Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah, Roberto Castillo for the record, real quick. If you look, so we're on Facebook.
Yeah.
Even if you look to see who's on there, are there previously recorded episodes on there or anything like that that you can look on?
For the meetings?
Yes.
Yes, on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, we
So if-
stream live on YouTube, and then the recorded meetings are also. on
You'll
YouTube.
see them on there, the names, who they are, what the scope of what they presented. There's a ton of stuff. I mean, an absolute ton of stuff, and even for the elderly, for helping out with housing. We're doing a big thing with a survey for the communities to come in and let us know how we're doing. So if you have a chance and you have some downtime, check them out, because there's a lot of stuff already that's in, that the group has done, that the board has done, that you might find valuable in order to kind of implement in there. And if there's anything, these two fantastic ladies at the end handle a lot of stuff for the city, and yeah, we're excited for you. So just check it out. It's right there, and it's not very complex to see how many groups are looking to do exactly what you're doing, so.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, and I will pass on my visiting card if you guys want to,
Yes. Thank you so much.
So I actually work in the grants office for the state.
Okay, I don't have my business card. I apologize, but I will.
I just moved offices, so I'm working on getting new ones. Thank you. I'll send you an email. I can send you an email.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll send you an email. so.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And invite us to the next
I want
event.
to send you an email,
Okay.
and I'll
No
probably
worries.
make a couple introductions. How
No
long have you
worries.
been in town?
Me?
Yeah.
24 years.
Oh, yeah, so you probably know a lot of the people that I know.
do.
Yeah.
I do, yeah. I do.
It's been a great city. I've been here since '84, and it's absolutely amazing how diverse the
Yes.
whole community is, and how well the city's done year after year. So.
Right, yeah. No, I basically came here because Paul wanted me to come and introduce myself and let everybody know that we are here, we're doing things, and I said, okay, I don't mind.
We appreciate it so much. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go to the next item, 6.3. We're going to do the presentation, our community survey update.
Thank you, Chair Diaz. Allison McCormick for the record. Just a quick update for the board. As of 2 weeks ago, so end of February, ETC Institute, the survey vendor, had collected 450 completed surveys.
Wow.
As you'll recall, the goal is to get at least 100 from each ward. So they are still working on that from some of the wards, as well as doing some oversampling of smaller demographic groups to make sure we get a statistically valid sample set from those groups. So we are well underway.
This is a great accomplishment. Thank you so much for your hard work.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to go to item number, any question for? Okay, we're going to go to item number 7, general business items. Somebody has any business? Well, I'm so happy we have Cinco de Mayo. I was so happy. I'm just going to go enjoy it, not do nothing. So it's amazing. Okay. Yes, I'm going to be honest. Yes. But
You're gonna do plenty, I'm sure.
just invite people, probably. Okay, so we're going to go 8.1, request for new future things in the agenda. No? Okay, 8.2, member announcements. No announcements? Okay, Alvaro Diaz, for the record, I have an announcement. We're going to have the 2024 Red Dress Social Power Out. It's going to be Friday, March 29, 2024, and it's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club in Rocky Meadows, 1300 Foster Drive, Reno, Nevada. I don't know how many years been doing this. If you like, see beautiful dancing, the beautiful culture, beautiful jewelry, it's really amazing. It's also like spiritual. I really buy my dress, guys, so I'm very excited to go. So I have a little flyer. I can share the flyer so everyone wants the flyer. Anybody has announcements?
Kia Sanders for the record, since we're talking about events.
Yes.
I have two. So one upcoming one on March 31st with NIPCIS. We're doing a parent pep rally, so we're kicking off our youth leadership mentorship program. And we're starting at Hug High School. And so it's for all students, but obviously we're targeting low income and kids of color that kind of fall through the cracks. And the point of it is to start with the parents. So we invite the parents and the students, get them involved, and we're looking to provide tutoring, after school programming, as well as we're working with the school district as well. So that's one. And then the other event is my veteran alumni chapter. We're doing our annual Engage networking event at UNR at the theater April 9th. And we have a guest speaker. I think it is Brigadier General retired Michael Pearl. He used to be like the second in command to Andre Berry. And we have a student speaker as well, but I can share those flyers. Those are the two off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm missing something, but yeah.
Thank you. Any other announcement for us? No? Staff, you have one big announcement.
I have one big announcement and one little announcement.
Thank you.
Allison McCormick for the record. On March 20th at 6:30 p.m. at 98 Richards Way, we will have a meet and greet for the two city manager finalist candidates. They are Aaron Kubik, who's currently the city manager of Grants Pass, Oregon, and Dion Luthen, who is the assistant city manager in Roseville, California. That is open to the public, so all of you are welcome, your friends are welcome. Please spread the word. Again, that's 6:30 p.m. at 98 Richards Way on March 20th. And then the smaller announcement, we will not have a meeting in April. I'll be in Washington, D.C. doing some lobbying work. So our next meeting will be May 14th at 5:30 p.m., same time, same place.
Very good.
Thank you.
Any other question for the staff? Thank you so much, and meeting is adjourned. Oh, public comment. We don't have nobody in public comment. I skipped that one. Public comments, I don't see nobody in the public. Thank you. Okay, so thank you, and remember, guys, if you're looking this in the YouTube and you want to do public comments, we're really open. We want to hear everything you want to say, okay? Thank you so much. Adjourn. I told you I need somebody.
Make sure that